Hello, practice community members, and welcome to your first Monday message on magic as we kick off these 5 weeks. So if you're in this challenge and you said yes to the course and you're hanging out with me from now until the beginning of September, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This idea is just another one of those, let's just see what happens when we get to play in some of these spaces and when I allow myself and give myself tons of permission, just like I try to give you all, to have fun with your business and do things that maybe you'll never do again. But in the moment, they felt right and intuitively led. And that's what this course has been for me, as well as the mentorship that this syncs up with starting next month in September, as well as these topics that we're going to be playing with. So originally, this first week was going to be all about the mind. And we were going to talk about not mindset, but stories and beliefs and limiting beliefs and values and emotions and all of that stuff wrapped up inside your business. And in the mentorship, we are still going to do all of that because how you show up and what you do inside of your coaching practice is 100% determined by who you see yourself as and how you believe that self into the things that you do and the actions that you take. But I was playing around in my journal, surprise, surprise, something you're going to be doing every day for the next few weeks. And something kind of cool happened, something more magical happened. I was rereading a book that I mentioned in Wednesday's article called Outrageous Openness, which is a wonderful book. It's not a business book. It's just a life book. It's a let go and surrender life book. Highly recommend it. And I was rereading this and there was all kinds of these awesome little nuggets and truths about letting go and having fun and playing with that part of you that created this business to begin with. So we're going to talk a lot in this 5 weeks about not overthinking it, but listening to the things that want to move through you instead. And so for some of you, that's going to be right up your alley and you're going to feel like you're right at home in that process. And for some of you, you're going to be like, oh, Andrea, this is not what I had in mind. And I invite you to choose whether you want to play with that or not. I invite a lot of magic into my business, which is why we're going to start with it. Because I think when you come from that place of feeling like anything is possible, and I don't know where my clients are coming from, I don't know where any of you inside this community, I mean, if I asked you and we got down to like the actual source, I still don't know the inspiration or the thought or the emotion happening on the day in the moment that you Googled some article or got a referral and eventually found yourself here listening to and watching this video. There's so much about what happens before people get in front of you, actually all of it that happens that you have no control over. Zero control. And yet we spend the majority of our time in our businesses panicking about how do we get more control? How do we market for more control? How do we program for more control? How do we, you may not think that you're coercing or manipulating, and none of us are doing that consciously, but anytime that we use scarcity language or we use our pricing in a way to get people to act faster, we are seeking to have control over something that isn't controllable. And so for me in my own business, the more I can enact this magic, this like surrender piece, which is really just accepting that you never had control. And when you can lean into that and then let your intuition and the inner guidance that's always available, that's already nudging you, guide you, and you listen to it, it's kind of cool what can happen. So I want to share a couple of things today. You are going to do some writing. You're going to do some writing about joy. We're going to talk about one of the greatest pathways to bringing more magic into your life and into your business is to follow what makes you feel joyful. It's really that simple. Like what feels good, and do more of that. What doesn't feel good, maybe don't do so much of that. Now, there are some things in your business that don't always feel great, but I still think you can do it in a way that makes you feel good. So I want to share some things that I have decided I'm letting go of. And these are things that when you let go of, I think they allow you to just naturally step into more of what I'm calling that magic. Okay, so I am letting go of the fear that it won't work out. I am letting go of the resentment for anyone who's never paid for something. Yes, sometimes I feel that way too. I'm letting go of the guilt that I am generous and I love to give a lot of things away. I am letting go of the need to figure it all out perfectly I'm letting go of the need to feel owed. I'm letting go of choosing to ignore my guidance and my intuitive nudges and hunches and all those glorious signs and inner knowings that pop up every day. I'm choosing to let go of trying to calculate my return on everything I do. I am letting go of thinking that playing big or playing small were ever really up to me. I'm letting go of calculating my dharma. I am letting go of making this scarier or harder than necessary and investing in anxiety. I am letting go of trying to be anywhere but where I am. And I'm also letting go of being quiet and also trying to be seen at the same time. I am letting go of being truly ungrateful, which is really to be out of step with flow. I am letting go of swimming against the current. I'm letting go of trying to match one for one. I'm letting go of wanting to cash in or cash out. I'm letting go of thinking I'm in control. I'm letting go of looking for an escape or an exit plan when it doesn't go as planned. And I'm letting go of thinking that the universe made a mistake. I'm letting go of all that shit. I don't know about you, but that feels good to let go of. And this is only a few weeks old that I wrote this list. And after I wrote this list, I created a list of things that I want to remember. These are steps to magic. I'm defining magic is the thing that happens, the unknowable, unquantifiable, unqualifiable force that's going on around you all the time, in everything, with everything, for everything, that you have nothing to do with except to show up and accept. You don't have to coerce it, force it, push it, hustle for it. In fact, if you're doing any of that stuff in your business, you're not in flow. You're not working with the magic. You're not working with what wants you to succeed. And again, if this feels a little bit out there for you, you're doing great. Bear with me. All I've said is let go of the stuff that doesn't feel good, right? I think you want to do that. Okay. So here's some things that I'm remembering. I'm remembering that it was, is, and could never be mine. I'm talking about the gifts I get to steward through my work. This means I am gladly the carrier, courier, deliverer of all the universe home to herself. I am remembering that gripping and grasping and clasping are all signs I'm poorly assigned not only ownership, but also dues to be owed. The greater gift of a lifetime is to know yourself and fill yourself up as fully as possible. So I'm also remembering to keep an open hand and open heart, to not make anything a necessity for when I do, I cut it off from all possibility. I'm remembering that I only show up to give love, and I always receive love when I can clearly see that all is love. I'm remembering that I am gifted, and I'm conscious of that gift. And therefore, I get to turn my light on. I get to use that gift. It's not mine, but I do feel like it moves through me, and I choose to work with that. And I am remembering that fear need not apply in any capacity. I'm remembering that I give my gift when I am asked. Sometimes I am paid with money. Sometimes I am paid in karma. Sometimes I am paid in gratitude. And sometimes I am paid in something altogether silly, like a good joke. I am not hindered by and worthy of, ashamed of my gifts. They are best delivered without expectation. They are actively being sought out. I can choose when to turn my light on and when to turn it off. And last, I am remembering that this gift is my doorway to a most wonderful life. So here's my invitation to you. I know this is kind of a weird way to start a 5-week course looking at all the components of your business that I know you spend so many times of your day, so many minutes and hours of your day thinking about. We're going to start with some play and with some letting go and with some recognition that there are some other forces at play that you don't have to figure out. You don't have to know why. You don't have to know why it works, but it works. And the funny thing is, after I wrote these journal posts and these entries, and there's a couple other ones that I was writing about just wanting to stop making it so difficult, I had 3 people within a day out of the blue call and book things that I was originally panicked about not filling. So often it's that fear and that gripping and that acknowledgement that we think we have to do it all. on our own all the time, and that we have to like pummel our business out into the world, that's actually keeping the world from getting the things that you have to give. So here is your invitation for this first week on magic. In your own life and in your own business, I want you to take some time to think about what brings you joy. Again, joy being a great indication that magic is present. So you're going to look at all the things you've done in the last 90 days in your business. I mean, everything. And then you're going to rank it. You get to rank it with the joy meter, basically just a percentage. Like, how happy was I to do this? Not happy as in how much did I feel like it brought me pleasure, but how much just lack of resistance was there. That's joy, right? When we're in a moment of joy, and even if it's just contentment or peace, that's fantastic. So you're going to rank it based on that. And then you're going to cross out everything that is not of a high vibration. You're going to circle all the stuff that is a high vibration, and you're going to share that with the rest of us who are in this community. And then you're also going to look at your calendar and realize how often or how few times did you do those joyful things in the last few months as well. Because if you want more magic in your business, you have to make space for it. And you have to say yes to it, which means you have to stop doing the things that don't bring you any joy. And for me, that's like the fear stuff, like the worry and the anxiety. That's not fun. No one likes to be there. But I have invested more than I will ever admit so much time panicking about stuff that always worked out. And in fact, I think it would have worked out better, faster, in a more easeful way had I let go far sooner. So that's your invitation. Let's have some fun. All right, there is your Monday message for magic. The journal prompts are below. Make sure you take the space to do them. Make sure you do your daily check-in, and I will see you back in here on Wednesday with some more content and a training. All right, take care. Have fun. Bye.